outside the Hawthorne, New Jersey location. We call this the flagship location. We got our merch here, but inside we have our gym, we have our synthetic ice rink. I'm gonna take you guys through a training session with one of our players, Ryan Graves. We're gonna spend some time on the glice, and then we're gonna hop in the gym. Nice. Load the stick, flex the stick, and then sweep through it, right? Good. Fire. There you go. So you're gonna come through, right? Puck comes through, eyes up, drag, attack the defender, pump fake, send the hips underneath, walk in here, big weight shift to the inside, finish. Nice slide. Send the hips. Good, sell it. Over, back, finish. Sheesh. Then the opposite foot, step, middle, step, 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 step. Okay, you should feel like you're burning up the last couple steps here. Yep. Go. Speed, 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 all the way through. Good. Light it up, come on. Get out, far. There you go. Good stick too. Ready? All right, last set here. Lock in. Lock in here, flat back. All right, push through your heels, foot's flat on the floor, drive. 1. Good. Good tempo, halfway. Squeeze, squeeze, wrap your thumbs, come on. Last one. Nice and slow on the way down. Good job, really good. Crushing, good, don't swing though. Straight arms, lock, good, big pull, one more. Lock out at the bottom, head comes through, pull, all you. Good, break the wall, come on, right through. 3, 2, 1. Good job. You're chalking everything up. Nice. Short season, baby. Let's go. Rip it, rip it, rip it, rip it, rip it, rip it, rip, 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 rip. Straight arms, straight arms, straight arms. Good. 2. Down slow, control it. Squeeze. That's good, that's fine. Ready? 3, 2, 1, fast. Go, 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 go. Come on, dig, 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 dig.
When did you start playing hockey? Like, how long ago was that?
Now, probably at least 25 years ago. I learned to skate when I was 3. Started going to Devils games at like 3, 4, 5 years old with my dad. He's in the car business and he was selling cars at the time to a lot of the Devils players. So I was, getting dragged to games with him, meeting the players at such a young age, getting taken down to the locker room and just like exposed to the lifestyle of hockey at, 4, 5, 6. And it wasn't something that was in my family, but yeah, I started playing like competitively as competitive as you can at that age, but 6, and then it just kind of snowballed, and it's all I remember as a kid, just hockey at the rink every day, training, skating, tournaments, traveling. But it started just like the kids that we're working with now. They're at 6, 7 years old. It was like a real sport at that time. Almost cut that one short. It's been so long. Yeah, so this I honestly do a ton. Like this for me is a full, like if I go in here, if I'm tired, if I'm traveling, if I've been on the ice a lot, or if I get up early, like when I do my 5, 6 a.m. skates, I'll come here in the afternoon. And it just kind of resets your circadian rhythm. It's good for your eyes to take this light in. It's good for your cells. It's supposed to boost your mitochondria. It's good for your skin too, they say. But like I'll leave here kind of just feeling full of energy, especially if I do the cryo first. And then this kind of like brings the blood back to your body, but just really relaxing. But at the same time, I just feel like I get a full recharge. Merch time, baby. All right, so guys, everybody knows what we're doing tonight, right?
Yeah.
Power skating. All right, and I know I've said this to guys who have been to the first one. We have one more coming up in a couple weeks, but listen, I was a kid not too long ago. I know it might seem crazy, but I would go to the same power skating classes Mikey would go to at Sportorama every Monday night. Frank Kern, some of you guys might know him. He's a cutting edge guy. I would go to this skate every Monday, and it would be the same speech. He would say, you get in what you put in, right? You get out what you put in, right? So if you go through the motions and you kind of just waste an hour here, nothing's gonna change. But if you give your all, right? You commit to the session. Some of the stuff's gonna be challenging for some of you guys. Some of it might feel easy. If it feels easy, push yourself to go as hard as you can. If it's hard, ask questions, challenge yourself. You'll get something out of it. We're gonna be getting up and down the ice, working on some full length stuff, edge work, stride work, some speed. Then we're gonna split into 3 stations. Brian's a defenseman, so he's gonna be touching a lot of transitions, pivots, getting in and out of turns. I've got the resistance bands. We're gonna be doing some resistance conditioning, some stuff like that. And Mikey's got some stuff for you guys in his end as well. Good, hold that top hand on your stick the right way. Hold the top hand the right way, good. You should be underneath the whole time. The hard part's keeping the leg that's gliding bent and not coming in or out. Good, keep this foot straight. Ready? Long strides, go. Dig, 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 head up. Good job, Marty. A for effort, A for effort. I think for the most part, everybody gave a really good effort. That's all we can really ask. Some of the stuff's really challenging, puts them in uncomfortable situations. So, you know, I think for them, it's a good eye-opening experience to see where they're at. And for some of the better players, you know, there's still a ton of stuff for them to work on. So that's really the benefit of these skates is, you know, you could always pick something out to master. Yeah, that's a wrap here. Almost 9 o'clock. Another great day. We hit 2 rinks today. Oh, actually 3, 6 a.m. this morning up in Yonkers. But yeah, got off the ice. Boys were energetic. A lot of fun out there tonight. Getting back early tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. Better each day. Got to bring the juice every day. Feeling good after that cryo session. Go home, get a good meal, hit the sauna, right back at it.
Yeah, so I'm Connor Lean. I'm one of the owners and founders of Topline Hockey. I grew up playing hockey in this area. I actually got on skates when I was about 2 years old. My grandfather built a little ice rink out of his garden, and from then on I was just in love with the sport. It took me all the way to professional hockey, and for a large part of my life I lived in this area. There wasn't much training in this area growing up. You had to either play in basements, playing mini sticks, or you know, play in the driveway, or you know, if you're lucky enough to have a local roller rink, you'd get your friends together and shoot over there and you know, get a pickup game going. But I feel like we always did a good job, and we had a good crew of hockey players from my specific town. So the games were always competitive, and you know, you kind of fell in love with the sport just by, you know, the crowds you ran in. And for me, you know, hockey was life for me. It's all I did. It's all I wanted to do. And, you know, it's still a huge part of my life. It's one of the reasons that I'm so passionate about this business. Topline Hockey, to me, it's an escape. It's, you know, a break from my other job, which is in investment banking. It's a chance for me to continue to put on the skates and give back to the sport that kind of gave me pretty much everything I have today. And you know, you learn so many life lessons from hockey. It's not just about playing a sport. There's so many aspects to the game that you don't even realize, like, you know, connections for after hockey, or you know, just your mentality as a whole, just building, you know, confidence, or being broken down, and you know, finding ways to overcome adversity. It definitely tests your will, and it certainly, you know, is a sport that definitely molds young athletes, and helps them mature and grow up faster. And for me, you know, I think the sport is just, it's so much bigger than just a game. He does. Go ahead, buddy.
So we're here at the Graveyard. It's one of the rinks in New York City that we use a ton for training. Today we have a group of college, junior, and some prep school kids on the ice. We're going to be taking them through a summer skate here. It's going to be pretty fast paced, a lot of good talent on this ice. It's going to be a fun day. Low, you're opening up towards the puck, pivoting, catching a flat pass across from that guy. In here, 3 steps inside, pull out, little chip to space, pull, drag, release, spot the puck behind the wall. You're gonna pick it up here, protect, slip, shot, then get up in this area for a third. All right? Yeah. You're gonna drop the puck, pivot, back skate, open up, and then get into a one-timer or a catch.
I attended boarding school in Connecticut for hockey for my junior and senior year. And from then on, I was fortunate enough to play at the University of Michigan, which is where Justin and I played together. And we were fortunate enough to be captains our senior year and get our team and program back into the NCAA tournament. From then on, I signed my first pro contract in 2016, just before we graduated. And I ended up with the New York Rangers for not quite as long as I would have liked, due to some injuries that played a critical role. From there, we ended up here. Topline was sort of born as an idea in 2016 between myself and Connor, Justin, RJ, where we started running some smaller scale camps in northern New Jersey, which we never really thought would turn into this. We got a lot of good feedback, and we fell in love with working with the kids and the parents, and it all sort of came together organically. Where we are now in New York City has been something of just a wild thought. You know, a lot of late night phone calls, a lot of what ifs, or how cool would that be, kind of turned into something that we really never thought would. From the Newburgh expansion into New York City, it was quite a challenge. Obviously, hockey in New York City is very unique. The lack of ice, the lack of space, everything is very calculated and accounted for already. But there's definitely no shortage of players, and you know, with the help of the people running this building, of Christy, who led us to Eric. They've been, you know, huge proponents, and they've been in our corner since day one, and without them, this definitely would not exist. So there's a lot of people along the way, like those two, that have helped push our program into something that has continued growing into a third location in Hawthorne, and now our fourth one, which is now just starting to get off the ground up in Brewster. I would have to say that everything was going at about 100,000 miles an hour up until about 2 months ago, as I'm sitting in our gym, which I've been doing a lot of in the past couple weeks, Unfortunately, I had an inguinal hernia, which forced me to have surgery, which we thought had solved all of our problems. And then 2 weeks prior to the operation, I had a fluid buildup, which forced us to undergo a second surgery. And I'm about 3 weeks out of that. And I am the only coach now sitting still while everybody else still moves at 100,000 miles an hour. With the injury, obviously, not being on the ice as much, I've been sort of glued to my laptop and my phone, even more so than I typically am. I think my day-to-day has shifted, from, I would say, 60 to 70% of on-ice and off-ice sessions and 30 to 40% administrative work. And obviously, not having the on and off ice component in my life right now, it's shifted to 100% administrative work. What a lot of people don't know about us is we do just about everything. Every class that's listed, every location, every time, we find the ice, we list the class, we source all the coaches, everything from every little bit of it. And I think that people can appreciate that because they don't only see us working on the ice, they see us working just as hard off the ice. And it sounds kind of silly, but one thing we kind of consider ourselves is we're in the service industry, and we want people to feel like they're having an experience with us. And we take pride in that, and we want it to show not only in our presentation of our app, but obviously following through with the on-ice and the off-ice implementation. So I think that that's been something that I've been trying to revamp. It's given me time to check out our email, which I've been kind of overseeing specifically, and just making sure that people have the information that they need. The youth hockey landscape is very tricky to navigate, and there's players from single A to double A, triple A, elite players, and we get players that know every single location and every ice time, and they know what they're looking for. And we also get parents who email us asking where to get equipment from. So we kind of see it all, and we do our best to accommodate everybody. And I think that that's something that not a lot of other businesses like ourselves are able to do. And in terms of the administrative side, we have our busiest month of the year coming up, which is July. It started with one sleepaway camp 2 years ago, and it's evolved into 3 straight weeks of camps, all overnight at our original location in Newburgh, stacked with a camp in Long Island, stacked with a Don Bosco on and off ice mini camp, a Bergen Catholic on and off ice mini camp, while continuing running our sessions right here at City Ice and over at the Graveyard down the street. So it's a lot to juggle. And it's something that has definitely taken, a lot of our attention, especially through, the summer, where parts of hockey can slow down, and there's other parts like our camps that can kind of also ramp up.
I got injured in a pickup game against the fire department a couple months ago, and now we're just working on my lat and shoulder. It's been a long recovery. I don't heal like I used to, so hopefully these guys have the juice to get me back healthy.
Where'd you guys go last? Connor came in for his second treatment. The last time he came in was about 2 months ago. He was in a face-off and he messed up his left lat. He wasn't able to move his arm up and down the first day. He's definitely seen a lot of improvement. He's about 80-90% at the moment. He's still struggling with doing some pull-ups and having some sharp pain in that left lat, kind of on that lateral aspect. Today we went onto the table and we did a bunch of cupping, some soft tissue work. We used the heated grafting tool. We used the red light just to get as much blood flow as possible, break up all the muscle adhesions, get it really feeling loose, and then we really focused on a lot of postural positioning.
so my role at Topline as one of the partners is not only that, but I run the day-to-day here up in Newburgh and then kind of around like the Rockland County area, Sportorama, the Palisades Mall. Mainly in charge of, running the day-to-day here, so managing this place in Newburgh, and then making sure that, we're constantly growing and getting kind of a presence in other rinks and other places rather than just our little bubble here. Who wants to rip the music today? You're gonna be mad. Gonna get mad judgmental.
I mean, no, not that one. No.
I know golf's over, so no excuses now, right? And then just hands on, and just keep the handle off the ground. Yeah, so it's more like at your chest. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you too.
Hi.
Hey. Yeah, now we say hi. Nice. I might start doing that to people too now. Yeah. One side, get a shot. Right? Either side, flip sides after you go. Let's go 4 times each side. What? You can go either way. Just getting a nice little warm up in, right? So right now we got a couple guys from actually my old high school, Don Bosco, which is awesome. We got Adam Gaudet from the Senators out here. We got a couple CJR guys. And right now, kind of just going over soft catches, getting the pucks to the net, and getting into goal scoring areas. Last couple. A shot. Nice play. Take a knee. How are we today? Good? Yes, we're going to the gym in about an hour. Okay? We got to do this first. You've been here every week. How do you not know that? What? All right, guys. So here, a lot more puck work, right? Shifting weight and kind of finding out the why behind a lot of things that we're doing today. From my top of my stick. All right, so we're going to start like we normally do in the lines. Everyone's going to, don't move. Everyone's going to grab a puck, okay? We'll explain each of the drills, and then 10, 15 minutes later, we'll split up into 4 different groups, and each coach will have a different drill, all right? But I want you guys buying into just paying attention, right? Doing things the right way, and finding one thing to get better at today. That sound good? Yeah. Cool? All right, let's get 4 lines on the goal line down there. Go at your own pace. Focus on yourself. Like we just said before, I just want you to take one thing out of today that we can get better at. Okay? So first one here. Remember the little dribbles we've been doing? All right, so little dribbles in between our feet, not going outside our shoulders. We're going to do those to the blue line. When we get to the blue line, we're going to go outside. All right, so more of controlling the puck. Go. So a lot of the moves we're going to make are going to bring us to the outside, but I want us getting to the middle as quick as we can because where most goals are going to be scored. Kind of like in the slot area, right? Like if I'm standing in here, this is like the house. This is where goals are going to be scored, but it's a hard area to be in. You following me? Right? I want you guys getting in there more and thinking about getting in there more. Okay? One more. Now we're looking and go. All Attaboy. Shot. Good, go. So this session, more focused on a little bit more of skills and kind of learning the why behind a lot of the drills we do, especially for the younger kids. Most of the kids out there were Mike squirts. So we kind of try to emphasize like more of doing the things correctly, the right details, and then the reason behind why. Because we see a lot of times like kids are just going around cones, around pylons, and not really like getting anything out of it. Everything we want out there is a little more intent. So this is the off-ice portion of our little Monday, Wednesday clinic we have going on. So right now we're kind of, just having fun at this age group, right? But then kind of developing kids and athletes who can sprint, who can run, who can jump, who can throw. Like right now we're just kind of trying to develop overall athletes. So that's a day at Topline Newburgh, and now I just got to go deal with this.